trading fast markets with high technology sunny bands, and something that I've never showed in public before, my Ultimate F compounding scheme. Thank you, David. Okay, next slide. There we go. My passion is in helping beginners. I've been trading for 43 years, and I like to help other people come up in the ranks. So this talk is for intermediate traders and beginners, and it's for people who have not yet become wildly successful and people who have not traded much and want to learn. Or, well, and I don't think it's in here, people who haven't traded at all and want to learn. And also for folks who want to improve their trading results. I love to teach and mentor and consult. It's my way of giving back to the community. Please read this disclaimer. There is risk of loss in trading anything. You can and will lose money. It's part of the job. All results shown are hypothetical, not actual results. And here are all the reasons that hypothetical isn't guaranteed. And past performance is not a predictor of future results. All investing involves the risk of loss, and individual investments may vary. The examples provided may not be representative of typical results. Your capital is at risk when you invest. You can lose some or all of your money. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. I can't stress that strongly enough. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. If you would have trouble burning a $100 bill, then don't risk more than 100. And on my website, you can see the full disclosures and details. Hi, I'm Sunny Harris. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly how I trade every day with my very own indicators, sunny bands, and my dynamic moving average histogram. And why? Nothing will be held back. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I've been doing for the last 43 years. I trade futures, stocks, and crypto. I don't trade options. I found out how to lose money with options. I didn't get farther than that. So I'm going to tell you a little bit myself and show you how I trade. I've been a professional trader since 1981 through all the big crashes. Crashes happen. That's just part of the business. So all of those. And I trade the S&P 500 futures contract. And on 1 and 5 minute charts. When I'm trading stocks and crypto, I trade them on a daily chart. But I trade the E-mini on really fast charts. And I've heard it said that it's the most difficult market to trade, but I've been doing it so long it feels natural. So I see the waves. I do have long-term stock holdings, but those are on daily charts, as I said. I hold them for a week or more, and I trade crypto. So I'm going to show you how I trade sunny bands and my dynamic moving averages in fast markets. And I'm going to share with you my compounding spreadsheet, Ultimate F. I do have some free things. You can get a free issue of my sunny side of the street just by typing SSS to my cell phone, which is 760-908-3070. And in Sunny Side of the Street, I explain what my indicators are telling me about 15 different markets. If you can't find it, just email me, sunny@moneymentor.com. Or you can click above when I post these things to, excuse me. Sorry about that. So you can click above when I post the PDF on my website, which is moneymentor.com. Oh, and membership's free. If you join as a free member of Money Mentor, then you have access to the members only areas in the website. And I do a free podcast, no advertise. Well, I do a little ad for myself, but the Sunny Harris Show with Samuel K. Tennis. We interview all the famous gurus. So check that one out. We interview the legends, the gurus, and here's how you can get to it and see who all I've done, play them. We've had lots more than this, but Larry Williams, Jake Bernstein, Steve Nissen, Linda Raschke, Dr. Alexander Elder, Cynthia Case, Sherman McClellan, the originator of McClellan Oscillator, Carolyn Baroden, Fibonacci Queen, Greg Morris, and many more. We've got 40 of them in here now. And this is what Sunny Side of the Street looks like. It's just a web page, it's just a long web page. And the first thing right at the top of every issue of it is the vantage point prediction for the next day. I was twice rated #1 trader with 365.4% 1 year and 178 the next, using my Sunny Bands and my DMA. And there you can see right on top, #1. And I do have a daily live trading room called Trade Along with Sunny. And it's at 9 a.m. Pacific every trading day. And we meet for 1 hour. And here's the current results. So we've been trading since January 2nd. This is the 6th week. And that's pretty good. We haven't had a losing week yet. I grew up dirt poor in Appalachia. I have 3 degrees in math, an AA in telecommunication. I've taken courses at Stanford and Wharton and UCLA. Oh, and San Diego State too. I forgot about that. I've been programming for 55 years and trading for 43. I was a systems programmer for Lockheed. Then a few years later, I helped found a little business called ISCO, which became the world's leader in computer graphics software. One of the things we did was hybrid graphics. I retired when I was 30, and I gave my money to money managers, and they lost $75,000 in 3 weeks. And I said, well, I can do that poorly on my own. I think I'll take it back. So I taught myself to trade, and I started out by reading 117 trading books, and now I've read 747 of them. And I didn't enter a single trade for the first year. I just watched. And back then there were no computers to watch with this action, so I plotted it on graph paper. And I also did a monthly magazine for 8 years called Trader's Catalog and Resource Guide. I've written 5 best-selling trading books: Trading 101, How to Trade Like a Pro; Trading 102, Getting Down to Business; Electronic Trading Day Trading 101, Getting Started in Trading; TradeStation Made Easy; and Going Vegan with my friend Linda Blair. And now the 2-volume set, The Definitive Guide to TradeStation's Easy Language and OOEL Programming. It turns out to be 1,300 pages of book. And of course, I've written articles for all the magazines. There are very few of them left anymore, but I've done that. Here are the covers of my books, so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, and I also did Using Easy Language 9.x with Marie Ruggiero. There's my magazine. And this is the cover of book 1 of the 2-volume set, and that's book 2. I've been listed in the top 10 consultants several times, top 10 courses and seminars. I told you I was #1 trader rated by Stark Research, and here are the organizations I currently belong to or have belonged to. This is a page on my website called Quips and Quotes, and you can read every time somebody says something good or bad about my business or my trading or any of that. I just put it right there in the Quips and Quotes. Let me just read the first one to you. I wanted to let you know how helpful your daily trading room sessions have been. It's refreshing to see someone trade live and answer any questions that we have. It's so much better than a service that just wants to sell you something and send you on your way. This is really speeding up my learning, and I look forward to trading along with you. Thanks for all you're doing to help people learn the art of trading. And they go on. They go on. It's wonderful what people say to me. I do enjoy it. And then I do have a Facebook page. I try to keep posting to that every couple of days. And you can look there because I do have market commentary on there from time to time. And Sunny Side of the Street, the Sunday night newsletter. I've got customers everywhere, so it doesn't matter where you live. I accept phone calls from everywhere. Now, this is something that it's important to know and to grasp and incorporate it. If you want to make a six-figure income, let's say 120 grand a year, you have to break that down into steps. So with 12 months, we say, okay, that's 10,000 a month. And so you set your goal. I'm going to make 10,000 a month. But you can't just set that goal and get there in a month. You have to break that down into steps. So 10,000 a month with 20 trading days is $500 a day. So that's a much more achievable goal. Although it's not easy, it's still difficult, but $500 a day makes a lot more sense. And that's just 5 trades at $100 each. That makes it seem so much easier, doesn't it? I mean, it's like, okay, I can make $100. And if you repeat that 5 times a day, you can do it. And in the S&P, there's generally around between $1,000 and $3,500 per day potential in the S&P, going both long and short, just one contract. So the money's there, the swings are there. Well, they sure weren't there until just recently today, though. It was sharply sideways. And here's how I trade. I'm going to break it all down and show you exactly how I trade. Now, these next couple of images do look complex, but they're not. I have color coding me into action. Purple means something to me. Gold means something to me. Red and green. It's important to make your life easier so that when you're looking at a chart, you get all the information at once. Here's the chart of the Dow. So you're looking at that and you're thinking, oh, I could catch all those tops and bottoms. Or you're looking at it and going, well, where the heck is it going? Where's it going next? You know, do we know? Is it going to go up or down? So how do you trade those things? It's easier to see in hindsight, but that chart doesn't tell you much. In fact, to me, it just looks kind of scary. Is it going down further? Is it at a bottom? It's going to turn around? Who knows? What's high and what's low? They always tell you buy low, sell high. Well, what's low? And what's high? Especially right now. I mean, what's high? So we've got things going up. So the first thing I do on any chart, I take the chart and I'll put this little blue dot out here to the right. This is an indicator that I wrote that keeps track of current price, and it turns colors depending on whether the price was up or down or sideways. So this little thing ticks along and shows me exactly where price is. So the candles are kind of frail looking. They may or may not alert me quickly enough. So I put that little indicator on right there. And then I add Fibonacci retracements to things when I can see them. And look how amazing this is. It goes down to this Fibonacci, up to those, back down to this lower one. And today I'm sure it's over that. And then I add what I call attractors. Now this set of attractors is horizontal lines. And you can see I've drawn one that hit this point and this point and this point. And when it goes over to the right, you see it hits more points. And another attractor is right here. I call this at the preponderance of price. So if you see a lot of price activity in one particular location, then you know that that's going to come back and test those areas. Trend lines are also attractors to me. I just call them that because price is attracted to these magnetic areas. When you put them on there, you see the things that have been happening. Then you're not predicting anything. You're just showing where it has been. And because of where it has been, it's going to try again. And then we put sunny bands on and my histogram. Oh, slope and who's on top are going on there too. And these are not all of them. The who's on top's not on that one yet. So my sunny bands are the green bands on the upper outer and lower outer of price channel. So you see the green ones are the external sunny bands or outer sunny bands. And the blue one that's in the middle of that, following the green one, that other blue one is also an inner band, but it's called, what was I going to say? I don't remember what I was going to say. Sorry about that. I've been having a lot of brain farts lately. So anyway, it's going to go down with these trend lines. It's going to hit the sunny bands over and over and over again. You see it goes to the, oh, I know what I was going to tell you. It's 1.2 average true ranges from the dynamic moving average to the inner band. And it's 2.0 average true ranges from the dynamic moving average to the outer band. So that's how they're calculated. But they're based on this dynamic moving average, which you'll see does a really strange kind of thing. Crosses over here, and then it gets out of the way of itself so that it doesn't cross back and forth over itself during periods of whipsaw. And that's why I developed this indicator, because I was experiencing lots of whipsaw. I would get the trends just fine. And then I'd get caught in one of these sideways whipsaw things and get back the money. Didn't take me long to catch on to that and know that I needed some kind of moving average that would get out of the way in choppy times. So I developed the mathematics for that, which is a lot of linear algebra and calculus to get that thing to compute. And that's the outer band on the sunny bands. Now the histogram is this bottom thing. It measures the difference between the gold and purple line of my dynamic moving average. You can see the dynamic moving average here. And you can see that the gold line is on top when the gold bars are up. When they turn red, it tells me that price is beginning to falter. So as they're red and it's coming down, I'm looking for selling opportunities. And when it goes below the 0 line, we know for sure that it's selling. And then it goes back up to gold again. So gold and red are bullish colors, and purple and green are bearish colors on this display. And that's the histogram. Now I can see something. I added attractors. They're not just support and resistance. They're also trend lines and moving averages are attractors. Prices attracted to the moving averages. And we know that is reversion to the mean. And I have an indicator I'll call my recession indicator, but I'm not using it today. Fibonacci retracements are attractors as well, and Elliott waves are attractors. All these things are magnetic pulls to price. So let's go forward. There's sunny bands again, with the lines, with the Fibonacci, everything back there. And then I'm going to add one called PHW, which is potential hourly wage. It's yellow dots at the ideal turning points on a chart. So the question I had was, how much money can I make in an hour? Am I going to make more than I would make by having a job? If you can't do that, you shouldn't be trading. So how are you going to figure that out? Well, that's what these yellow dots are. They're at the ideal turning points. And of course, we as traders can't be perfect. So I take 60% of the ideal calculation as my trading goal. So I figure I can give 20% on the entry and 20% on the exit and still have 60% of the move. And that's what this little indicator does. And it writes on the right-hand edge of the chart, if you ask it to, it will write its values in there. So you can tell it calculates from the yellow dot to the yellow dot long, and then to the next yellow dot short, next yellow dot's long, and then short again. So they go from yellow dot to yellow dot, reversing your trades. And this thing will tell you the ideal points that you could have gotten if you'd caught everything. And then it tells you the tells you the PHW dot points, which is 60% of the ideal. And what is it tells you the date range of the chart, so you can tell how many days or years this goes. Because I mean, if it says you're going to make $500 in what, a year, a week, so that will let you know that. And that's about it for PHW. But I keep this on my chart at all times, and I print out my charts every night. Have for 43 years. And on these charts, I look to see how did my trades compare to the yellow dots. If I made 3 or 4 trades in through here in this bottom part of this move, and I didn't catch the rest of the move, then that really wasn't such a great trade. So I use this to keep me honest. Oh, it also prints out buy and hold. So you can see the difference between buy and hold and trading. So let's say we bought at the beginning of 2020 and sold at the end, then that would have been 34,246 profit on the Dow Jones. If you take 60% of the ideal on that chart, then it's what? That doesn't make sense. 34,246. Oh, so the PHW, if you take 60%, okay, is 327,000. And the what was it? 3,000 on the other one and 300 if you do the trading instead. And that's not the ideal, that's the PHW, which is 60% of the ideal. So it's quite a difference. And this is Ethereum, so you can see how it looks with my bands. The red and blue vertical lines are where I took trades, Sunny Bands trades with each of these things. And over here on the right, you can see there's a green dashed line right there. That's where I got out of Ethereum. And I did that because TradeStation is closing their crypto arm. So I had to take my profits at that point, which is not where I would have taken, but it works. If you do a buy and hold of $1,002 versus 23,667 on Ethereum. So buy and hold, which is what your stockbroker would tell you to do. You just buy and hold. Just every month you put a little more money in, just buy and hold. But look what the difference is, $23,000 trading it, and that's the PHW value. I'd rather be a trader than an investor. And you do it on a daily chart with one share. That's what I'm calculating here. And now this one is Tesla. And you can see Tesla's been tanking, but it gives great trading opportunities because it goes up and down sharply, up and back down sharply, up and back down sharply. So the Tesla repeats these thick patterns where there's plenty of money to be made from top to bottom. On this one, if we were to buy and hold on the time on that chart, we could have made $237, but trading would have made a little over 2,000 per share. And nobody trades one share of stock, do they? This is the S&P 500 futures contract, the ES. And you can see how it's progressing along, just going up and making new highs. We're not quite yet to the all-time new high. Let me see 1 second. No, it's at 5015 right now. 5030 is the all-time high. I don't think we're going to hit it today, but it's possible. Oh, we can't. It's closed. All right, so there's the S&P futures on the ES. I showed you the PHW. I showed you the Sunny Bands. I also have 3 moving averages that I keep in dotted lines on the chart. And out to the right, it tells me greater than or less than. So I know if price is above or below the moving average. And it also gives me the values. So I have a 200 down here and a 55 here and a 21 moving average. And I use those all the time just as reference because I know other people are watching them. And if other people are watching them, I want to know about it. And the indicator at the bottom of the chart is the slope indicator. So I haven't really addressed that one with you yet, but this one tells me the slope of the DMA, which is when it's flat, we want to know about it. Flat means it's something entirely, a totally different way of trading. When it's trending, you follow the trend. When it's flat, I'm only expecting price to move from the band up to the DMA or from the top band down to the DMA. Flat DMAs tell me that we're going to have congestion and possible reversals. So on the S&P, the buy and hold was 3,000, but trading was 35,000. That's worthwhile. And that's per share. PHW, 60% of the ideal. And here's what an investor's chart looks like. And you can see this is a daily chart of the EMA. The yellow dots are on there. You can see that this is the ideal thing to do right there is be long and then be short here. So that's what an investor will do. We're holding in that case from maybe 5 days up to about 50 days, it looks like. So that's a long-term swing chart. 3,155 on that chart. That's the PHW again. Traders, though, have lots more trades. Go here to here to here to here to here to here on a daily chart. So there are more dots and more trades possible. You can see the trades are marked here. And that's what a trader's view looks like. 35,000. Now, my indicators work on any symbol and on any time frame. So if you want to ask me in the chat room, does it work on crude? Yes. Does it work on bonds? Yes. Works on any symbol, any time frame. Crypto, yes. Now here's a real trader's view. This is a 15-minute chart of the ES. And I've got, like I said, I like color coding for things. The nighttime session is colored in magenta and blue. So I can tell the nighttime from the red and green, which are the daytime session. So that's on every one of my charts. That's intraday. So I can just, at a glance again, tell what I want to look at. Where did the day start? When the bars changed color. Otherwise, it's the same chart. And you see it's still on sunny bands and it still works. On a 5-minute ES, same thing. Same sunny bands, same mathematics, just figuring out where the highs and lows are. And on the 1-minute ES, same story. See how it's going from band to midline, band to midline, band to midline? And when the midline's flat, the DMA's flat, we want to be very careful. So how did you know in 1982 to buy Apple at 12 cents and hold on for all these years? 40 years it's been. Well, I look at my sunny bands, my histogram, and my PHW indicators, and that's how I know. I follow the rules. Well, most of the time. I can't follow anything all the time. And as I said, this sunny bands was an offshoot from my dynamic moving average indicator, the one that's with the calculus and linear algebra in it, to smooth out the lines. And with this one, I was able to investigate excursions from the DMA, both favorable and adverse. So the bands are average true ranges away from the DMA. No, they're not like Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, John uses standard deviations away from a simple moving average. Standard deviations tell the market where it should go. And the simple moving average is one of the ones with the most whipsaw. So I don't use it for either of those reasons, which is why I came up with something else. And I don't use a simple moving average. I use one that I calculate myself called the dynamic moving average. It's smooth and dances seamlessly with the markets. And I told you about the ATRs. Now, here we have two simple moving averages. And you can see they're mine because over here to the right, it says greater than. So I know price is greater than these two averages. This is Apple. And I'm just looking at how moving averages behave with respect to price. If you look on the left of the chart, we've got crossover, 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 crossover. That's what I mean by whipsaw. All this in here, that's all losing trades. So I don't like whipsaw. And I have a really fantastic mathematical equation that works. Here we have more simple moving averages, and you can see that the days are colored, in this case, red and blue and green and red, dark red. Moving averages give late signals and lots of whipsaw. You can see it again over here. Cross, 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 and with no forward momentum. Now, here we have my moving average in the purple and gold lines, and those two simple moving averages that were on the chart right before that. So you can see how they compare. And you can see how mine spreads out and gets out of the way during the choppy periods. And for a closer look, we take the moving averages off and look just at my DMA. And you can you can just see it. I mean, well, if I do say so myself, it's a work of art. So you see the difference between the moving averages, dynamic moving average, purple and gold, simple moving averages, blue dotted and orange dotted. Those are the 21 and the 55. Now, my dynamic moving average is unique because primarily the DMI is unlike anybody else's moving average, but it calculates its own lengths dynamically within the program. So you know how at a regular moving average, you might have the default values of 9 and 18. Well, you don't have to put 9 and 18 into mine. It calculates its own lengths, and it varies them with the second derivative of the market. On top of that, the market moves as much as it usually moves, which led me to use the average true range instead of standard deviation. And this is a good measure of how much it usually moves. Not how much it should move, but how much does it usually move. So the way, here's my Sunny Bands rules. When the market is going up, blue or green candles, and gets above the upper outer band and turns red and dips below the upper outer band, I go short. That's the rule. Go above, go below. When the market is going down with red candles, gets below the lower outer band and turns blue and pops up above the lower outer band, I go long. So we've got blue candles going up and the reversal's a red candle. And likewise, when it's going down on red candles, the reversal turns blue. And I have a document on my website, moneymentor.com. If you go to resources and then downloads, you can download my Sunny Bands rule presentation. It's all of about 5 pages. And it tells you the rules the way I see them. So this, we're back again to a trader's long and short trades. The blue ones are long and red ones are short. And of course, I haven't marked this one over here yet, but when gold is on top and I get a short signal with this red bar that came over and the DMA is flat, I just wait till I get more information. So this bar closed below the DMA. I know it's probably only going to the inner band, so I didn't take that because there wasn't enough money in there to do it. And this is more of a swing trader's chart, and you can see the moves in there. And then, of course, the day trader's chart, which is, in my case, a 5-minute chart. And the yellow dots appear just where they're supposed to. So in the same amount of time that the investor made $168 per share, the trader made $299 per share, and the day trader made $610 per share, all in the same instrument, just different time frames. So if you'd started with 100 shares, the investor made 16,000, trader made 29,000, and the day trader made 61,000. At a starting value of 47 cents in 1981 for Apple. Current price when I wrote this is 156. The investor made 399%. The trader made 635%, and the day trader made 1,200%. That's how you hear these wild numbers that people make 5,000% or something. Well, they don't make it on day trades or daily trades. So that's why I am both a trader and an investor, because I like the big numbers. Is it possible? Can you do this? Well, yes and no. You can't catch all the moves. It's not going to happen. You don't get a hole in one every time you go play golf. So according to my research, you're only going to get about 60% of each move. And that's what's reflected in the PHW. But the investor has to sit through long periods of scary negative markets, and I don't like that much. While the trader can go short, so you profit from the move down. And we're going to look real quick at this little 4-page summary of Sunny Bands rules. And these, of course, are for educational purposes only. So the basic rules, I just said, enter long when red candles are moving downward and touch, so the downward down to here, touch the lower outer band and turn blue. And that's my long. If price confirms, which means price has to continue going up for me to think it's going to go up. Then I've got a flat DMA over here, purple's on top, and the DMA's flat. So I either wait for more information or I get out. So I'm either doing nothing or getting out and taking profits at that level. I enter short when blue candles have been moving upward and touch the upper outer band, turn red and move back inside. Right there's the short signal. You see that? And it goes below the upper inner band, which is also a confirmation. Second set is about the flat midline. So if the angle is visually sideways, which here it pretty much is, then I don't expect price to move very far beyond the midline. So it does move a little bit, but I would have taken profits as it went over there. And then it moves back down. The flat DMA often acts as a barrier to further upward movement. And the last set of rules is if gold on top and we have a positive slope, I stay long until the gold DMA is penetrated. So you see down here, you're long from at least from here. And we're following it up as it's between the two bands. And there's my red candle signal and the confirmation. So, and the DMA is flat. So I'm waiting. I would take profits there, but I'm waiting because this thing penetrated the DMA to see if it's going to continue on down. I always let price lead. So the same thing, opposite. If purple's on top and we have a negative slope, then I stay short until the DMA is penetrated, which it is over here on the right. In fast-moving markets, we can look at them as traders, and we'll see what these look like with the sunny bands. So let's look at the ES, gold, and crude. Let's see what we've got. Here's the ES. And I have some more indicators on here now. I have a blue line, a red line, and up at the top, a green line. Those are, the blue is the open of the session, red is the low of the session, and the green is the high of the session. And I find that price rummages around between these lines. It loves to go back to the open, and it'll do that. Well, here, it does it in the beginning of the day. So it goes up to the upper band, comes back down to the flat DMA, and then starts up again. But that's one of those back and forth. I have a yellow box around the first half hour of the day nowadays. I have a little indicator which you can get for free called OME rectangle. And you can plot the opening range and highlight it in a rectangle. So I don't like to trade until after the opening range is over because it always does this kind of thing, straight up, straight down. And then it takes a direction. Gold, another fast moving market. You can see here it's got the same lines with the blue, green, and red for the day session open. And then the blue, green, and red for the night session are variations on that color. So green is light green and blue is cyan and red is magenta. But you can see the night session markers and the day session markers. Oh, and here's the who's on top indicator, this little line across the bottom that's purple and gold. The light purple means that the DMA is flat. Dark purple means it's trending. Light purple again, purple's on top and it's trending down. And then I've got gold again. So now I know gold's on top. When it's light gold, it's flat. When it's dark gold, it's trending. So it's just a lot of information that you don't have to focus intently on. You can just visualize it with the colors. Crude. Oh, it has some good moves, doesn't it? So we've got this night session over here doing nothing. And then we've got a move before the market opens, straight up and straight down, and then straight up again. So it's a pretty volatile market, but sunny bands are trading it. You see, they go back up here to the top, comes back down to the flat DMA, goes back to the inner band and back down again. Sunny bands contain this movement very, very well. They're almost the only thing I use for my own trading. And I created sunny bands 36 years ago, and I've been using them ever since with no changes, no adjustments, no different mathematics. So let's look at PHW again. What symbol has the potential to make the most profit? So out of 6,500 symbols, which one are you going to trade? Well, I've got several little tools for that. Here's the 3 symbols we've been looking at on a 5-minute basis. And the PHW for radar screen, this is a look at radar screen. It's like a spreadsheet. So with this, it'll tell you the highest and it tells you the value of the PHW. So you can sort them from highest to lowest. The E-mini makes the most. Crude makes $13.99 and gold makes 24,000. So you can see right away you'd rather trade gold than crude. Just comes out in the mathematics. So I trade the one with the most profit because there's only one reason to trade, to make money. And I have people ask me all this every now and then. If she trades, why does she sell indicators, do consulting, still trade after 43 years? I have been asked quite a few times. And in fact, I had somebody a couple of weeks ago say, why doesn't she retire? Well, as long as I'm still making money, I'm going to still do it. And I like to give back to the industry that's been so kind to me. And I enjoy trading. Every day I love doing it. And I still like making money. Speaking of money, if you have a profitable series of trades, it's possible with strategic compounding to greatly magnify the profits. Now, the key to this is you've got to have a profitable series of trades. You can't start out with a losing system and make it better by compounding. That only compounds your losses. So the strategic compounding I call ultimate F, F being the fraction at which you're going to be compounding. It's very reminiscent of Ralph Vince's optimal F. I read his first book and loved it and then found problems with the equations. So I got together with Ralph Vince and showed him what I found. And he said, oh my gosh, thank you. I've been looking for that mistake for 2 years. I said, well, in that case, do you mind if I do the corrections to it and then call it ultimate F instead of optimal F? And Ralph's a kind man. He said, no, go right ahead. Have fun. So that's where we come to the compounding. On January 2nd, I started my daily live trading room, Trade Along with Sunny. And I trade 5 contracts of the S&P 500. And we're together for an hour from 9 a.m. Pacific. I always have double the margin requirement for my trade. So if for instance, the margin was 5,000, I would always have 10,000 in the account to cover it. So here are the results so far through yesterday. So that's what my little performance chart looks like. I think I showed you that a minute ago. And here's the spreadsheet of all the trading. So you can see profit or loss for each day of the trading session. And you can see, yes, I do have some losses. It happens. And then we created that chart. Here's after commissions and slippage. Here's what the performance report looks like. And we've got good net profit. We've got a good profit factor. And over here, we've got 83% profitable with 115 winning trades and 55 losing trades. That's not bad. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 23. 115 wins and 23 losses. That's even better. Okay. But can we do better than running those trades from the trading room through here and trading one contract at a time over and over and over again? In this case, 5 contracts, because that's what I was trading in the trading room. So this makes $400 per day, not compounded. Now let's look at the ultimate F compounded. And this blue line is the blue line we had on the chart just previous to this. And the red line is what the compounding through ultimate F does. So we've got, what, 60,000 versus 360,000. So this one makes $2,000 a day by the ultimate F compounding. And that's what 3 degrees in math will do for you. Oh, I already told you this. Ralph told me there was an error in his equations and I found them. And now, do we have any questions? Where's the chats? What is the lag time on the generation of the yellow dots? I don't know. It depends on the percentage retracement. So I don't know how long that percentage retracement is going to take to be created. So it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of price variance. And it's not a displaced moving average, it's a dynamic moving average. Dynamic moving average. Today was a headline day. They wanted to print SPX's 5,000, I know. 5030 is the all-time high in the S&P, so that's what I'm waiting for. Losing part of the job. Oh, losing is part of the job. Yes, absolutely. All right. So let's see. Do you have any more questions? Good trades, you catch the swings. Thank you. Lag time, that's right. Looks similar to what Linda Raschke had to create. Now I don't think so. I don't think Linda and I do anything like the same thing. I have talked to her about Sunny Bands, and we don't see the similarity. You said you use software. I use TradeStation, and no, it's not automated. I trade it by looking at the Sunny Bands rules and looking how price is going with respect to that. So TradeStation software, but not automated. Why don't you put your indicators on wealth charts and sell them? I don't know. I don't know about wealth charts. And Josh has frequent week-long sessions. Can you, Kevin, can you give me information, something I can look up, like a link, or I don't know who Josh is? I'd appreciate that. I would love to have it in TradingView. That's the next platform we're working on, but I first have to learn PineScript. Do I have any information on the compounding formula? No, I don't have it on the website. I have pictures of it, just like you saw here. And I have pictures of the spreadsheets you can see, but I don't have any more information on it. I've had it for years. I've been using it on my own trading, which accounts for a good part of the success, but I don't give it away. It's expensive because you can turn $10,000 into $100,000. All right, thank you. You can contact me at, I'll give you my phone number, or also at sunny@moneymentor.com. Did I spell that right? Yes. All right. Any more questions? Yes, it can send alerts. I've got alerts programmed into it. And if you have a question, somebody else does too. So speak up, please. This is my website, moneymentor.com. And all the menus, most of them are up at the top on the little pull downs. As well as my phone number. You can see right there's my email and my phone number right at the top of every Money Mentor page. And the products that I have were all programmed by me and for use in my own trading. I make them available to you, but they're my tools for my trading. And I wouldn't want to sell thousands of them because I don't want other people trading everything I'm trading. So there's that assurance as well. And I do show you exactly how I use them. And in fact, and we go through 2 Zoom calls. First one is white glove installation, and I'll go over the rules with you and show you how to use them. And then a day or 2 later, we do another Zoom call, and it's to look at the markets in real time. We'll do it during the live markets and look at it real time so we can go over exactly how I use them. Now, other people can come up with other rules for how they use them, but I'll show you at least exactly what I do. And if you want to go to the order form on Money Mentor, you can see where you can buy them. Products.html is pictures of them. And I don't hold anything back. I tell you exactly how I do it, and I train you for free. So if you want to text free to me at my cell phone, I'll know that you'd like to have a free trial. And if you have TradeStation, NinjaTrader, Multi-Charts, one of those, then I have free trial available for you. So, I do have a bundle offer. I've had bundles 1, 2, and 3, But now I've got bundle X, which is a special offer. It's a year of the trade along with Sunny Live trading room, which a year of it would be $32,500. Oh no, sorry. The value is 32,000. That's if I were charging my normal rate. But I only charge $295 a month for the live trading room. And then Sunny Band's lifetime license, it's infinitely valuable because you can make all kinds of money with it if you're good, if you listen to the rules. So this bundle X will be expiring for February 28th. So if you would like to have it, give me a call or contact me by email, or if you want to text X to me at my cell phone, I'll know you're interested in the bundle X offer. There's lots of free stuff on my website. If you become a free member of MoneyMentor.com, then you'll have access to the back pages, the members only pages in the website, and you can download the 4-week strategy trading forum I did. Oops. How did that? Oh my. Well, I got to get back to that area. How did I do that? Be patient. Technical difficulty. I'm sorry about this, people. Okay, now if I can get sharing up again, or not sharing, the presentation thing. There we go. Let's just go with this one. So the free stuff I did, and these are free for the members. Strategy trading forum, technical analysis forum. It's not too late to get these. As I say, from being a free member, you get free access to these things. You can have the slides and the videos. I also did one with Sam Tennis, Easy Language Forum. It's all 5 1-hour sessions, just $79.95. And they're all available on my website, moneymentor.com. So I offer education and consulting, easy language programming, mentoring. I have a complete bookstore on my website. Just go to Money Mentor and go to books. It's all the trading books. It's not all novels and fun things and history nut stuff. It's just trading. I also have a Solving the Puzzle Distance learning course. I have the indicators I use myself in my own trading, and the Sunday night Sunny Side Streets. You can have one free issue of that. And the daily live trading room, trade along with Sunny. All you have to do is subscribe.html at Money Mentor. And if you order all this before the end of this coming week, on top of the discounts on top of that are on Bundle X, I'll give you 20% more off that. That's just through the end of the week. And if you order it before the end of the month, it'll only be 10% off. Includes consulting and mentoring. If you want a free trial, just text free to my cell phone, 760-908-3070. And there you go. Text trial to me. That'll work out great. Thank you very much. Thanks, David, for hosting the event. And I really enjoyed talking for you. And thanks, audience, for your attendance as well. I do love to visit, so give me a call. Here we go. There's the phone number. Observe Pacific time, though. I don't like to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And Sunny at moneymentor.com. All right, everybody.